Hi guys, today we're going to continue chatting about my favorite products from 2019 with a full face of 2019 favorites. I really picked out a few that I used so much throughout the year that I wanted to show you in action here today. I'm also going to be showing you my drugstore curly hair routine, and I'm really excited that this video is sponsored by and in partnership with the John Frieda team. They're kind of a favorite from maybe 2002. Back in the early days, I was using the Frizzies Extra Strength Serum on my curls all the time. I grew up in Newfoundland. I had very limited access to products that actually worked on my curls. This was affordable, it was available, really helped with frizz, so super excited to be working with them today. So let's go back in time to when my hair was wet. I will show you how I styled my hair, and then we will move on to the makeup. So I'm starting with wet curls, but I've already washed my hair with the Frizzies Dream Curls shampoo and conditioner. So now it's time to move on to my moisturizing and my styling products. So starting with wet hair always, I'm using my Frizzies Daily Nourishment Spray. I really like that this comes with an actual spray. It's got a good, strong spray on it, which I need to get to the back of my head, because that portion of my head, if you have curly hair, you know that can tend to get a little bit ignored. So not only does it help to kind of nourish my curls, but a bonus here is that it actually has protection in it for heat styling, which is a really good bonus, because I have to admit, I don't always tend to reach for heat protectant, so it's really nice to have that kind of double duty in there. Then moving on to the Frizzies Extra Strength Serum. Like I mentioned, I've been using this product for a very long time. I really love it. Helps to tame my frizz, adds shine to my hair, and I like to, again, use this in my wet hair. That's where you're gonna get the best results, but I'm a curly girl, so you know I'm not always going to follow the instructions, and I do like to use this on my hair when it's dry sometimes too, just to kind of refresh my older curls, make them look a little bit less dull. Then moving on to the Frizzies Dream Curls Mousse. I was hesitant about mousse. You may be hesitant about mousse, but I really love this. I had this idea that it's going to be heavy, it's going to be crunchy, but I was pleasantly surprised. It adds just that perfect balance, the right amount of definition without the frizziness or the crunchiness, and I can't overdo it because it's got a really nice kind of airy light texture. So don't be afraid of mousse. This is a really good one if you have curly hair. So once all those products are in my hair, depending on how much time I have, I'll do a combination of air drying and diffusing. That's how I get the best result, I feel like, and I feel like the curls look pretty good today. Curls can be difficult, but I really do enjoy this combination of products on my hair. So now that the hair is done, let's go ahead and move into the makeup. So starting out with my primer, I'm going to use the CoverFX Water Cloud Primer. The name really sold me on this initially, but I did end up really enjoying it. They launched a ton of primers throughout the year, or all at once, but in 2019. And I really like this because it's a nice hydrating base, but it's still quite light. So even if you have oily skin, if you're looking for something that adds light hydration as opposed to mattifying, if you're always wearing really matte foundations and you're looking for something light and airy to go underneath, this is a really good option, and it feels really good too. Now this should come as no surprise. It is the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. Both this and the CoverX Primer, they look kind of dirty, but that means I really love it, you know, it's seen some action with me, so it's not gonna look perfect anymore. But I really love this. I had a lot of foundations that I loved throughout the year, but this was the one that I really found myself reaching back for or comparing other foundations to, and I didn't expect to like this. And I feel like in 2018, one of my favorite foundations of the year as well, I didn't expect to like. So I don't know if that becomes a factor of me liking it more because I didn't expect to like it. It's kind of like that customer service thing where it's if something goes wrong and they do a good job rectifying the situation, you like them almost more, how do I explain this? If something goes wrong and they do a good job rectifying it, you have almost a better opinion than if everything had just been fine. Maybe that's just me, but I think that's a thing. You're like, oh wow, they did a really good job. I mean, it's kind of completely unrelated to what I'm talking about, but for some reason that came to mind as a comparison. Next for concealer, this isn't really a 2019 favorite. It is in the sense that I used it all 2019, but it didn't actually launch in 2019. The Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, but I can't deny the facts, you know? I really love this concealer. There was other ones that I loved this year, but again, this is what I reach for all the time. And it's funny, when I was putting together the list of products that I wanted to use in this video, I was like, oh yeah, the Fenty highlighter, when did that come out? Like the split pan one that I talk about nonstop. And I was like, oh my god, that was 2017. Wow. Because I talk about makeup so much, like when a product launches, sometimes like that's how I remember what time of the year it was, but now I'm starting to realize they're all kind of blending in together just because like I talk about makeup a lot, obviously, and now I'm like, I have no idea when any of these things came out. So I had to like scour my channel. I was like, what came out this year? I have no idea. But I wanted to do a mix, like that's why I am including this concealer. Because, and I mean like the NARS foundation, that definitely didn't launch this year, but I discovered it this year. But this is kind of like a face of all the products I really, really reached back for. So this product I've already started applying and I forgot to talk to you about. I forgot you were here. The Makeup Revolution Bake and Blot Powder in Banana. This was kind of a second half of the year product that really came in and stole my heart. Like I've made a true dent in this guy. Another product that I've sadly made a dent in, but I have a backup of because the Airbrush Flawless Finish from Charlotte Tilbury. Hit pan, guys. One of my buds actually had it and she didn't like it that much. And like, I don't need any more makeup in my household, but I saw that she was talking about that she didn't like it and she was decluttering it, and I was like, popped into the DMs like, please, can I? So that means it must be serious, because if I have a backup of something in this whole piles of makeup that I own, it's serious. If you have an oilier skin type, I wouldn't necessarily recommend, like if you're really oily, because I'm not as oily like as like oil production factory as I once was, I don't know that I would recommend mixing the NARS with this powder, just because you're not going to get enough matteness. I would mix like a matte powder and a good setting spray. But if you're like combo or oily, or sorry, normal, I think it's a really beautiful combination. Or if you prefer to wear like a matte foundation, but you feel like matte foundations look too cakey on your skin, this could be a good option to pair it with instead of pairing it with something that's super matte as well. A Fenty product that actually launched this year was their bronzers. I'm gonna use the shade Caramel Cutie today. I'm losing some of my color as the winter continues on, unfortunately. I actually might try self-tanning. I've got a couple different ones. I have like a spray for the face and stuff. I don't know. The whole thing is very intimidating to me, and I just feel like my bed sheets are gonna get dirty and I don't want to mess with that. Emily already makes our bed sheets dirty. Fun fact, if you that was what somebody told me when I got her. They were like, oh yeah, say goodbye to your like white bed sheets. So I was like, what? Okay, now I'm gonna move you in to do my eyes. I am gonna prime, oh, speak of the devil. I'm gonna prime my eyes just using the concealer. I have lots of primers that I like for my eyes, but honestly, day to day, if I was putting this on my under eyes, I would just use it for my primer, and it does a good job. And then, what are you doing? So starting out this look, oh, I didn't tell you what palette I'm using, did I? I got distracted by Emily coming out here. This is the Sweet Talk palette from ColourPop. I love this one so much. I'm gonna start with the shade Work It. But yeah, back to my grimy cat. I talked about this before, but Sphynx cats produce the same oils that a haired cat would to have like a nice shiny coat. But because she has no coat, she just gets a little grimy. So actually getting my friend who lives in Newfoundland, and she makes like beautiful dresses, and I'm getting her to make Emily some pajamas. Because I have her some sweaters for winter that I picked her up. Because I think she's getting kind of cold. But I want to get her some pajamas too. Now I'm going to take a combination of these two shades, Meadow and ICYMI, in case you missed it. This is just such a nice palette. I love, like, you know, I spent a lot of 2019 playing around with different eyeshadow colors, trying to do more bold things, trying to challenge myself. I did a lot of purple and pink, which is like not really challenging myself. But then I did a lot of green and blue, and I feel like green is one of my favorite colors on my eyes. But that led me to do a lot of nude lips, and I felt like 2017, 2018, I was wearing like gray lips, navy blue lips, bright purple lips. So who knows what 2020 will hold. Do you feel like you follow the trends when it comes to makeup? Like, I don't know that I really do, honestly. I guess I do in the sense that, like, if I'm using new makeup, that is probably going to be somewhat on trend, and like I'll see what other people are doing and be inspired by that. I'm going to take just a little bit of the deepest shade here, just deepening up the outer corner. And I've talked about this before, but I've started bringing my shadows up a little bit higher just because I don't have hooded eyes, but when I smile in photos, I lose all my eyeshadow. So I put down a little bit more base because I am going to use some of the glitter. So I'm going to use Early Morning. The thing I like about this palette is, like, I have a ton of loose glitters, but I never reach for them. So while it's not necessarily my preference to have loose glitter in a palette, I like that this encourages me to use loose glitter. Well, it's not loose, it's pressed, but you know what I mean, just like glitter like this. So I've gone ahead and put on some liner. I use the Benefit Roller Liner. I love this, super black, easy to use. I find it to be long wearing and it does a good job. Like, I just put it over that glitter. I didn't often use it over glitter, but it does a really good job for that. Then for mascara, I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara. This is really volumizing, really lengthening. I'm gonna try not to do my mascara face. It's literally impossible. But yeah, I really like this mascara. I like it better than their other ones too. Of every product that I'm using today, this brow gel is probably the least shocking. Brow gel is what I played with the least this year. Probably hear a cat using the scratching post, but I can't tell them to stop because it's better the post than the couch, you know what I mean? Yeah, I love this brow gel. Just the brush, the formula, it's all perfection. And then on my inner corner, I'm going to put just a little bit of the highlighter that you'll see me use momentarily. And if you're using glitter on your eyes, by the way, you can do your glitter, with Ryu, hi! You can do your eyes first and then your face. That's just not how I do things for no reason in particular, but I did get a little fallout, but I'm not bothered by that. Almost done for blush. This was one that came in a time of need. One of my favorite blush ever left the market. Here she was, the Buxom Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush in Mykonos. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Actually, this is another product that I had like a backup of, but I gave it to my friend for her birthday because I was like, you know what? That's ridiculous. I might run through it, but like, I don't need to hold on to two. Then for highlighter, this one is from Kiko, so sorry to anybody that lives in North America. Actually, no, I think you can get it in the States. But I really love this, and it's one that like I used a lot throughout the year but didn't talk about that much. I mentioned it in like one of my favorites towards the end of the year. But I wanted to show it some love because it's really good. It looks super smooth on the skin, but really glowy, really pretty. And if you happen to live abroad, it's not abroad to you, but abroad to me, it's one to check out for sure. I meant to do this earlier, but Urban Decay All Nighter. Again, this is one of those not new, but I just used it throughout the year and it's amazing. I would definitely recommend pairing something like this with the NARS Tinted Moisturizer if you feel like that's gonna move around too much. Then for lips, this is a product that a lot of these products that I've mentioned are products that I discovered throughout the year that have now become staples, and this is absolutely one of them. This is a lip combination. Well, yeah, this is a combination I reach for all the time. This one especially I'll pair with like anything, but they're the Bobbi Brown Crushed Liquid Lipsticks. So this one, or not, sorry, Crushed Liquid Lip. So this one is in Juicy Date. Yeah, these are both great on their own, but I like them together too, so why not mix them, you know? They just have a really interesting, comfortable formula. They're just glossy enough, they're just pigmented enough, and then a little Peach and Quiet on top. So here is the finished look. I knew it was going to come out pretty cute because these are all products I know and love, but thank you so much to the John Frieda team for sponsoring this video. If you would like to shop some of the products that I mentioned today, they will all be listed down below for you to check out for yourself. And if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Samantha Jane YT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!